Hello folks, Everchanger here and welcome back to more Pokemon Blaze Black 2. Last time we began our adventure by selecting Snivy as our starter Pokemon, and we collected it from Bianca, and she also gave us the Pokédex. It's not very full at the moment, but I think as we proceed in our adventure it will get a little bit fuller. Looks like we actually already have the National Dex unlocked, which is super duper awesome. But anyway, let's not waste any time. We're still technically in tutorial mode, so let's head on out to Route 19 and get that tutorial on how to catch some Pokemon. So here we have a gate right here. This lady will stop us. Hey David, you can't go without... Oh? You're with Snivy. Okay, this is a going away gift. Don't be shy, take it. Oh wow, we get the bicycle super early. That's awesome. In the original game, you only had to wait until Castelia City to get it, but we just got it now. A bicycle certainly makes it much easier to get around the region. I guess that's probably a bit of a quality of life thing that the hacker added in. I see. I love to read news and information about the city displayed on the electronic bulletin board on the wall. Yes, over here we have a little bit of a bulletin board in case you didn't know. It should give us some interesting information. Your Pokemon are in good hands. We've raised Pokemon for 50 years. Daycare on Route 3, which we're not going to be able to access until after we beat the game, unfortunately. Anyway, let's head right on through here. Love this music, by the way. Hey, this way! This kind of reminds me of that day on Route 1. Okay, here's how it works. The Pokédex's pages fill up automatically when you meet Pokemon. And when you catch a Pokemon, more detailed information on it is added to the Pokédex. Here, I'll show you how to catch a Pokemon, starting now! And Bianca will get into a wild encounter. Here we have a Purloin. And Bianca will be using a Lillipup of her own in an attempt to catch it. Now you probably understand how this works. What you do is basically you attack the opposing Pokemon until it's sufficiently weakened, like so, and then all you have to do is chuck a Pokeball at it, after lowering its HP. So she's going to be demonstrating that for us right now. She's going to use a Pokeball right off the bat. Still recovering from that cold, so I apologize if I trip over my words a bit, although I think that's something I do normally. But yes, Bianca has successfully captured that Purloin. And that will add the data to her Pokédex, but unfortunately since we didn't catch it, we don't get the data. We have to catch one of our own. What a relief, I caught a Pokemon! Oh, right, I'll go over the important stuff. First, go find a healthy Pokemon to catch. You need to remember this next bit. It's best to lower the Pokemon's HP before you try to catch it. Use your Pokemon's moves to lower the HP of the Pokemon you want to catch. Making it fall asleep or paralyzing it will make it even easier to catch. You're going to go deliver the town map to your friend, right? Continue straight this way to get to Floccesy Town. Bye now. Meet lots of Pokemon and catch a lot of them, okay? We're gonna make sure and do that. So what I want to do is I kind of want to just get started on our Pokédex journey by catching a few Pokemon, probably not all of them in this area, but I want to catch a few, and starting off we've got a Starly, which did not show up here in the original game, which is pretty cool. And while we're doing this, there is something I want to talk about. Anybody who is watching this the day it goes up, or the couple of days after it goes up, will probably want to know that Pokemon Symphonic Evolutions is going to be going down in Boston on the 22nd of August. And I can say that I am going to be there, which is super duper awesome. I'm so excited about it. Right before recording this video, I found out that Chugga Conroy is going to be there too, and he's a real big inspiration for me on this sort of thing, so hopefully I'll get to meet him. But if anyone wants to street pass me, be sure to bring your 3DS and keep a lookout for my me. Yellow shirt, square glasses, named David, all that jazz. But anyway, let's see if we can catch this Starly. Apparently not, because the game doesn't feel like being nice to us. Oh. Okay. You know what? I'm feeling like we're gonna live dangerously. Let's try and catch this thing. I'm crossing my fingers here. Can we do it? Keep your fingers crossed, folks. 1, 2, 3. Ha! Oh, I was a bit nervous. For a second there I thought it wasn't going to work, but we actually got it. Starly's data was added to the Pokédex. Because they are weak individually, they form groups. However, they bicker if the group grows too big. Very interesting. Alright, let's not give a nickname to this Starly. Man, I think we're probably going to average about 1 heart attack per video at this rate. I'm going to run back and heal my Pokemon while I continue talking about the Symphonic Evolutions thing. But yeah, I'm going to be there with my family, which is super duper exciting. My parents are going to be there, and they don't actually play Pokemon as you would probably expect, so what I've actually done is I've created a little music playlist for us to listen to on the car drive over there. It won't be too terribly long, but I'm really excited about it because I feel like a lot of people that sort of had Pokemon after their time, they don't really get that video games can have really good and creative music in them. So I'm really hoping that this will sort of change their perspective on music in not only the Pokemon series, but just in video games in general, because I feel like there's a very big stigma against the medium as a whole in terms of the older crowd. So I'm really hoping that it's really going to show them some real awesome stuff, and I'm super excited for the Symphony because this series has such good music. One odd thing though is, as far as I know, they don't actually play any songs that originated in Pokemon Black or White 2, which is a little bit unfortunate because I feel like this game brought a lot of really good music to the series, but I guess that's just something we're going to have to deal with. But anyway, elephant in the room, we now have a Pidgey here, which is another Pokemon that was not on this route originally, so we're going to try and catch it too. All we got here is Tackle, and it seems to keep avoiding our attacks because it keeps using Sand Attack. Oh, come on, another critical? Are you kidding me? That is quite bad. And I keep missing. This is not good. I'm going to switch out. Man, this game is already giving me a run for my money. Sometimes when things like this happen, I just sort of wonder if the game's sort of just cheating. Because, honestly, critical hit's always bad. But it looks like my Starly actually has Keen Eye, so I think I'll be able to weaken it with this Starly and catch it that way, which is not the way I usually do things. But I'm cool with it. Alright, that Pidgey's pretty good down, so I think what we're going to do is we are going to try and throw another Pokeball at it. Let's see if we can get it. Okay. 1. Wow, it actually only shook once. Come on, dude, it's a level 5 Pidgey. Get over yourself. Alright, one more time. So yeah, I'm really hoping I'll be able to meet Chugga-Conroy, and I hope I don't come off as a super duper fanboy when I say that, but he really is an entertaining guy, and he really inspires me to do this kind of stuff, so I hope I can just meet him and thank him for all that. Alright, we caught Pidgey, very good. Get that data added to the Pokédex. It is docile and prefers to avoid conflict. If disturbed, however, it can ferociously strike back, which is something you don't want to do, as Ash Ketchum learned in the first episode of the anime. Now, unfortunately, my Pokemon are all super weak again, so it looks like I'm going to have to run back to the Pokemon Center a second time in this video here, which is a little bit embarrassing, but hey, what are you going to do? Alrighty, so let's head right on back here. I really like how they sort of changed up the formula with Espertia City here. This is the only starting town in any game that has a Pokemon Center and a gym, which is super crazy. So we're actually going to be able to collect a gym badge from our hometown in this game, which is something that we haven't seen since and was never seen before this game, which is really cool. But anyway, now that we've caught a couple of Pokemon, I think we're probably clear to try and actually get to Floccesy Town, as Bianca was saying. So let's see if we can try and do that. Now, there are some glitches in Black and White 2, obviously, and that's actually where my channel got its start. Oh, look, a Sentret. We don't have one of these yet. Yes, well, my channel got its start on videos depicting glitches in this game. And I actually recorded that with an old Canon handheld camera, and edited it with iMovie and stuff way back then. I think I was 16 when that video came out, and now I'm almost 20. Man, that is absolutely nuts just to think about. But yeah, those videos were really popular, and I feel like a lot of people really enjoy seeing Pokemon stuff on my channel because Liquid Crystal, in terms of the numbers, was definitely a lot more popular than Minish Cap was, even though I personally like Minish Cap better as a series. So let's not say I'm selling out, but let's just say I'm sort of going back to my roots here. But anyway, we've weakened that Sentret, and it looks like we actually caught it, which is super awesome. A lot less painful than those two birds, have to say. It has a very nervous nature. It stands up high on its tail so it can scan wide areas. Awesome. So now I believe that brings us up to 4 Pokemon owned, which is pretty awesome. Let's continue on our way here. Trainer tips. Make an effort to talk to all the people you meet during your journey. Chances are they will have something useful to tell you. Or I'll just know stuff already, but I think they're probably referring to this person. Do you have something for us? Know what? I'm searching for Pokemon in the tall grass. That's right, if you don't want to meet Pokemon, avoid the tall grass. Okay, that's something that bugs me. Whenever someone says that, it's always right at the time in the game where you're required to pass through the tall grass to progress. So that always sort of weirded me out a little bit, just because of where they decide to put that text. Alright, we got a Purloin here, which is what Bianca caught in order to demonstrate capturing Pokemon to us, so let's try and catch this one too. Since this hack has all 649 Pokemon in it in some capacity, and most, if not all of them, are available before you go to the Elite Four, there's going to be a lot of Pokemon available to us. I'm pretty sure a lot of the Pokemon and the routes and stuff, most of the routes don't have very many Pokemon that are above a 10 to 15% appear ratio, just because like 9 or 10 Pokemon are crammed into each route, which is pretty crazy. Their cute act is a ruse. They trick people and steal their valuables just to see the looks on their faces. Sounds like my cats, always making off with my Y cables and earphones and stuff that I need to use for recording. Alright, what's this sign say? Route 19. Alright, simple enough. Now what do you have to say to us, good sir? Hey, you know about ledge jumping? Actually, I do. Oh, I guess you would know you can jump off these little ledges. Alright, what happens if we say no? Are you going to demonstrate it? That's so. Well then, watch me carefully. From the top of the ledge, boing. It's really cool that you can take shortcuts by jumping off these, right? Basically, ledges are one-way shortcuts. You can jump down them, but not back up. Here, we have a potion, which I really could have used in some of the earlier fights because of how low my HP got, which is pretty nerve-wracking for what there is to come. I hope I don't have too much trouble. You there, trainer! My name is Alder. I'm a trainer with a keen interest in the world. One of my goals is to tell people about how wonderful it is to walk towards the future together with Pokemon. And you are? So you're David from Aspertia City. Get away from me. Your Snivy is a fine-looking Pokemon, but you're not exactly a seasoned trainer yet. Indeed, I'll train you a little. Follow me. And it looks like he's going to head off into the next town where he lives, which is Floccesy Town. So, let's see what he has to say. Oh, that's right, David, are your Pokemon well? Your Pokemon are always doing their best for you, the trainer, so you must always be kind to them. My house is just a little further. Stop by the Pokemon Center first if you'd like. So, Alder lives here in Floccesy Town. Prophecy flocks here. It's a very lore-heavy town. There's a legendary Pokemon that has some very interesting ties with a grove out behind Alder's house here, which is pretty interesting. Anyway, let's head on in here and restore our Pokemon now that we have gotten here to Floccesy Town through Route 19. Wow, we already got 5. That is crazy. I think we're definitely going to want a full team for the gym fight when we actually get to it. I'm just hoping I'll actually be able to hold my own without having to do too much grinding, because if we open up our Pokemon list here, our highest level is only level 6, because we actually haven't gained any experience this episode because we've been catching everything we see. So we've got a Snivy with Overgrow, Starly with Keen Eye, Pidgey with Tangled Feet, Sentret also with Keen Eye, and Purloin with Unburden. Unburden's a really interesting ability. I might have to make use of it at some point, although I don't know if it'll be with this Purloin. Alrighty, so let's check our trainer card here. I am Trainer. I'm pleased to meet you. We have 3,500 money. Awesome. Hardy nature, huh? Guess it makes sense. So I think we've seen 6 Pokemon and we've caught 5, which means we own every Pokemon we can possibly own at this point if we're just going by what we've seen, because we cannot get Tepig yet. Although you can get every starter in this game somehow. Let's switch over to National. As you can see, there are a lot of Pokemon. Purloin itself, even though it's one of the first Pokemon we've seen, is number 509. Yeah, we're gonna be in for the long run. But I think that's probably where we're gonna end things off here, now that we've caught 4 brand new Pokemon. Wow, that is crazy. And made our way through Route 19 here to Floccesy Town. And next time, on Pokemon Blaze Black 2, we are going to be heading over to Alder's house, and we are going to see what he has for us. And I will see you guys next time.